Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, Lee. I don't know if Taylor's in yet, but I would like to blame her for the scope. So, in the best way possible, I like to blame Taylor for the scope. So, I think I saw you and Taylor. Hey, everyone. Hey. Thanks for joining. If you could, it's in the best way possible. If you could invite your followers. Hey, girl. All you girls. No, it's a good thing. You did a good thing, okay? Hey, Jonette. Okay, so I definitely know that Taylor's on there. Taylor's gonna go after me, if that's what you're talking about, Lee. Oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about on the win. Someone fill me in later or something. Hey everyone, if you didn't already, please invite your followers. We're gonna talk about friends, like kingdom friends versus the yes man. But before I talk about that, I actually wanted to talk a little bit about myself because I realized I haven't really done that. Hey, so does anyone, hey Jackie, does anyone remember this song? Yes, I'm older, okay? The first person who knows the song wins my love. Wait, you already have it. Anyone know this song? Okay, so I don't see any guesses yet. Wait, I'm older too, but I mean, I know you're older, but either way. Okay, fine, I'll just tell you guys. So, does anyone, yeah, oh, girl, Cassandra, that's why you are my girl. Okay, guys, so I don't know how many of you guys remember TLC. I wasn't like a super big fan of them, but I definitely listened to them. Okay, anyone else listen to TLC back in the day? I know some of you guys are a little bit younger and some of you guys are a little bit older, but either way. So, actually, let me rewind and tell you why this scope is Taylor's fault in the best way possible. So, Taylor and I were texting, and she was, one of the things that she was asking me about, she was basically encouraging me to do. And I realized that I was believing for this thing, but like, but not really all the way. Like, my faith was kind of there, but it wasn't there all the way. And what, in her most loving way, what Taylor basically told me was, you need to have more faith. You need to step out on that thing, and you need to apply for this mentorship before you even have the money. And I was waiting to apply for the mentorship until I had the money in my hand. So like, I had faith that the money was going to come, but I wasn't willing to move or do anything until the money was in my hand. And she's just like, no, you don't allow that to stop you from doing that, because you know you're supposed to be part of that. And so that's why this scope is Taylor's fault. Because after talking to her, this song just came to my spirit. And I know it's not a worship song. Can you believe it? It's not a worship song. Yeah, it's not. But the Lord talks to me in all different kinds of ways. And one of like the main ways he talks to me is through secular like movies and songs. And I never would have thought he would do that. So I was realizing, I don't know if I really explained this to you guys before. So I literally understand life better through songs and movies. The Lord gives me prophetic insight through media all the time. Like, I will wake up with a song, or like I will have a word of knowledge for like a movie I've never seen before, or I'll have like a phrase or something like that. Thank you for inviting followers. Do so if you haven't already. And so I will pray, like, Lord, do you want me to look into this? What is this? And a lot of times it's funny. It's a song or a movie that I don't know about, but my husband knows about. And sometimes I'll be led to ask him, hey, do you know what this is? And he's like, yeah, it's this movie about, and as he tells me about this movie, or I research the song, it speaks completely to my situation, or it helps me understand something about someone else and something I need to pray about. And so that's basically what happened when I finished talking to Taylor today through text. that song came up, and I was like, dang, because I felt like the Lord was like reminding me, like, this is what real friends do. They lovingly push you into the things that you're called to. And then it all came together. And so when I first started consistently seeking the Lord about 6 years ago, Joni's on here, we went to this church called The Rock. I still go there, but I'm at a different campus. But the point of bringing that up is we were in a discipleship program, and when I was in the program, you had to fast media for 4 to 6 weeks, depending on what class you were in. And so even after the class, I went through a time kind of like purging. So I just didn't listen to secular music, or some people would call worldly, or movies and stuff like that. I just like took it all out. I used to watch a lot of scary movies, which was really bad for me, because the enemy would use that fear that I already had about spiritual things, and not realizing it's because I walk in the prophetic, and I wouldn't sleep, and I'd watch all these scary movies. Anyways, that's a whole nother scope. But the point is, so I went through this time where I didn't listen to any of that. And then the Lord started giving me like words of knowledge and words of wisdom through secular songs and movies and media, like all the time. Like, of course, I would be in the Word and prayer and worship, and He would speak to me through that. But He would bring up, like I said, songs and movies and even literature pieces that I have read that I had not read. And then as I would go seek Him in prayer and research those things, He would give me more revelation and more understanding. And I would know things about myself. I'd have a deeper understanding, like, man, I didn't even realize I was struggling with this, or I felt this way about whatever is going on, or about someone else. And then I would be able to pray accordingly to what He had showed me. And so as I've come into just giving you a little more background on myself, on why a lot of my scopes include songs, or like a song like theme, into knowing how the Lord speaks to me, I've just gotten more comfortable that that's one of the main ways that I kind of flow in revelation, is through all kinds of forms of media. He just shows me things. I just get downloads once I like read lyrics, or read like this book that He highlighted to me. I don't even have to read the whole thing. It's just these things that He's highlighting to me. And so, and I think that it's kind of a way of the Lord's humor, because I was kind of going in the direction of becoming religious without listening to the secular music and watching the movies. I was basically becoming religious, and I didn't mean to. It just came of a place from going from like purging and discipline and discipleship into, oh, that's not for me, I'm not of the world. But I mean, it was just silly. I didn't mean to. I was going in the direction. But so I think that He was kind of part of His humor to be like, watch, daughter, I can talk to you through anything. Like, you think that I can only talk to you through that worship song, or through, that Christian movie and stuff like that. And He's like, no, I can talk to you through nature. I can talk to you through a song, a rap song, Christian, not Christian. And so basically that's what's happening. And like I said, as I come into more understanding how the Lord flows through me, how revelation comes through me, it can be TLC. It can be anything. It could be Guns N' Roses. It can be an oldie. I've said in another scope before, both of my parents listened to totally different kinds of music. So because of that, I have like a fairly rich history of like older music and more current music. I don't know what's going on so much these days, but more the point is that I feel this is a way that He's gonna show me how I can connect to people who are, you would say, are in the world. An example of that would be, I think Des just got on a little bit, but so his mom remarried after his dad died. Des's dad died when he was, I don't know, like 19 or something like that. And so one of his stepbrothers, we were at the funeral. This was a few years back, right? And we're at the funeral, and I'm looking at him, and then you will not believe what song came. It wasn't a Jesus song. Nope. It was that song. Does anyone remember Bone Thugs and Harmony? Anyone? I think people are just giving hearts and listening, but it was a Bone Thugs and Harmony song. Yep. And it was the one about crossroads. And the key word was crossroads. This is what the Lord was telling me. He was telling me, as I was watching him there in pain and hurt and confusion why his dad was taken so early and everything like that. The Lord was telling me that this young man, Des's stepbrother, was at a crossroads in his life. that basically he was at a point where he was going to go in the direction that his dad did, like partying and being crazy and stuff, in his youth, or he was going to go in the direction of accepting him. But you know what? I was scared. I didn't know how to present that to him. I didn't know how to be like, I just started singing this song when I saw you, and I'm just going to let you know, basically, you're on your way to hell or you're on your way to heaven. And so I was very scared. Like, now I've come into a place where I can more write about and talk about the way the Lord's prophetically speaking to me. Sorry, this light, I know it's in my face. I'm trying to move the camera, but I'm more comfortable now. But I mean, it's been some years, and even then, like, geez, it took me like an hour to get back on the scope. Like, I was just like, husband, can you do it for me? He obviously can't do it for me. The light stays on me, haha. So the point of all that to say is, yes, I missed the opportunity then, but the Holy Spirit gave me a song that I knew that he would know, and he gave me the language to be able to minister to him. And I missed it, and I regret it, and I've definitely prayed for him since then. But now I've been trying to be more intentional about taking those things that he's highlighting to me through media, whatever way it would be, and using that to pray and minister to the people he's talking about, even myself. And so we have to be mindful of that, because not everyone's going to understand our church language, our church lingo, the things that we talk about and we're used to, and the things that we're learning about. We can't really reach the world talking about anointing and mantles and all these things. No worries, love. I love you too. Thank you. And so, of course, all those things that we're learning are pertinent, and amongst us who are more mature have an understanding of that. But the whole world doesn't have an understanding of that. They're listening to secular music, watching secular movies. They're at different places in their lives. And so the Holy Spirit will give us words of knowledge, words of wisdom, ways to uniquely minister to these people in our own way. And so that was just a little more intro into why a lot of my scopes have like a song theme, because that's the way the Lord often speaks to me. And so now I want to get into church ease. Seriously, welcome whoever just joined. I want to get into and another thing, like I'm definitely a teacher, and even then I'm coming into that. And that's also because of Taylor. Thank you, Taylor. Because Taylor has, I guess she noticed, of course, led by the Lord, that I wasn't really embracing the teacher part of me, even though I have taught, even though I'm getting my master's in education, I've taught in the grad school program. And another friend even helped me realize that I have pushed the side of myself of being a teacher, because I used to say I would never, ever be a teacher. And so I've come into the understanding that I am a teacher, but I'm more of a prophetic teacher. And that if you're looking for someone to come with like the right, what are those words, like I don't even know how to say it, homiletics and like the Greek words and the eschatology, you're just not going to get that here. I mean, I'm not saying that the Lord might not ever speak to me that way or tell me to research that, but the way that he speaks to me more is prophetically. So I teach more prophetically. That's just because of the mantle on my life. And so I just wanted to explain that. I am very much a teacher. That's my style, more prophetic. And so let's get back into the friends thing. So thank you. Yes. So I might have mentioned this in another scope. Taylor is the bomb. But as far back as I can remember, I wanted to be everybody's friend. Like, literally, I thought we were all supposed to be friends. Like, I innately, like, the way, I would kind of say the way the Lord made me, I thought that we were all supposed to be friends. Not only that, I thought we were all supposed to be best friends, okay? So I was like little. I would come home from school and I would tell my parents, I would tell my dad, like, I have a new best friend and their name is blah, 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 blah. And my dad would just listen to me and such. And as I got older, he, and more mature and understanding, he told me, when you used to come home and you used to tell me, like, all the time you'd have a new friend or a new best friend, like, it would break my heart. He's like, because I knew that it's not that he wanted me to get hurt, but he's like, not everyone was like you. Like, no, but not everyone was sincere in their desire to just really be friends with everybody and just kind of like, remember that, why can't we all just get along? But it was like really my heart. My heart was honestly for all of us to get along. And as I grew up, of course, I had different experiences, some really painful with girls and guys in friendships and in romantic relationships, and realized, no, everybody doesn't want to be friends, and everybody definitely doesn't want to be best friends. And then I learned that more of the reasons why people usually were friends were because of popularity, right? Of popularity, of social status, because of influence, and all these things, perceived power, looks. And I didn't want to be friends with people based on these things. Like, I honestly just thought we were all supposed to be friends. Like, that's the way the Lord made me. I would just approach people. Like, I'd be like a hugger and like an encourager. And I honestly received like a lot of rejection for it. And I just didn't understand why people weren't like that. But like I said, as I got older, I started to observe. Welcome, I think I saw Michelle join, and maybe someone else. So welcome to the Scope. Thank you for joining. Talking about my journey about friendships versus a yes man. Yeah, superficial instead of being genuine, right? But I didn't understand that, because in my heart, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I was so genuine and so pure and wanting to be everyone's friend that I didn't